things I think while I lie awake and contemplate tonight are wearing me out. Well, maybe tomorrow the world will wake and get it right, but I have my doubts, yeah. So during the day, well, I design machines of war that scream through the sky. 'Cause I, for one, I like to go to bed free at night under these stars and stripes. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts. And I have my doubts that we're making it back out. Yes, I have my doubts. But they'll wind you up and pull the cord until you're spun right out. And I don't understand. So roll the dice and raise the price to feed the machine's mouth. Call it the progress of man. Yes, I have my doubts. And I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. And I have my doubts. So I'll drink my stuff and raise some hell and shoot my guns to the end of my time. You can have the booze and go to hell and take the guns, but I know they won't be mine. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts. And I have my doubts that we're making back up. Yes, I have my doubts. So we're all messed up and out of touch. Let's text someone who's in the other room. So don't wonder why we don't say hi or know anyone. I might as well move to the moon. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. Well, the things I think while I lie awake and contemplate at night are wearing me out.
Good evening, Watchmen and Watchwomen. I almost got it messed up there. Man, has it been a busy day. I am like wore out and I'm still not completely done tonight. I still got a fair bit to do after the show, but wow. I got good news though, on multiple fronts, which is always awesome. As far as we're concerned, as far as the news is concerned, sorry. Insert serenity prayer here. But as far as we're concerned, man, I got a dent. I mean, a ginormous dent out of the packing today, or unpacking, I should say. Which involved me literally completely emptying out a packed full shed, moving said shed, and then repacking said shed. Now, mind you, I also had to swap out about a third of the contents of said shed, and bring about a third of the contents in and take about, a third's worth out, because it's actually more out because it's more packed now than what it was before, because this time it's a little bit organized packed, where before it was just thrown in packed. But anyway, so I got that done, which literally kind of put everything that we need inside, and everything that we don't necessarily need inside, outside. So when you've got not an enormous space to work with, that's important. And so that was a big move that I got accomplished today. And now I can actually finish kind of setting things up and then just fine-tuning everything. But it's working out great, and it's coming together much better than I could have ever imagined. And it's going to be nice. It's a nice little home, and the way we are able to set it up, it's nice. It really, truly is. On another note, I got a message. I do believe it was a pretty clear message from the Father today. And I'm not willing to share the details of that at this time. But I would ask everybody to say a prayer on the matter. And it hit hard. It hit hard. It's a good thing. It's a mind-blowingly good thing. So just pray that is the Father's will, and that He sees it through. So, and it just came out of the blue. It was so awesome. It truly was awesome. Mostly out of the blue. I'll say mostly out of the blue. Trying to think if there's anything more as far as we are concerned. It was, again, awesome to be able to get to the point of where I'm at, because it also allowed me to reorganize our things in the manner in which I wanted to. And it actually turned out that the way I wanted to organize things just, fell in place and absolutely worked sweet. Absolutely sweet. I don't think it could have worked out any better given the space and stuff that we have. So that's, like I say, that's huge. That's enormous. So tomorrow I'm going to do my best to work every bit or close to every bit of what we have left out, so it's done, and we are unpacked. I choose, this is the way I am, I choose to bust my ass and keep at it and at it and get it done, right? Then I'll take a breather for a couple of days, and it's not going to be too long, just after the new year. Not that far away, probably within a week to 2 weeks, I will be pretty heavy bore on the website project that I had started, before. Did I start? No, I didn't start that. Yeah, I did start that just before Thanksgiving. I'm talking Thanksgiving, not Christmas. Okay. Just before Thanksgiving, I started a website. I mentioned a little bit about it here. And got a good base of the website up. But there's a lot that needs done yet. And because of the holiday season, we both took a break. She had to take a break on it because of family commitments and stuff like that. So she had no choice but to take a break on it. I can only do so much without her because it involves her getting me pictures and descriptions and this and that and the other thing. So kind of one of those things where we got to work together. Her only target was to have it up by spring. So, I mean, I have a feeling by the end of January, she's going to be good to go. So, at least I'm going to do my best to get her good to go by the end of January. And so still got that going on, still got that project in the works, as well as now that we are here, man, I'm telling you, opens up the door for a lot of different projects as far as I'm concerned, as far as we're concerned, as far as the Watchman News is concerned. It's going to be awesome. It truly is. I can't wait to get started. But the first step in that is to get all of our crap unpacked and put away, and be in a livable space, and then to go to it. So that's the updates I've got as far as we are concerned. Lots of stuff in the news today. As you know, Mitch McConnell, jackass, absolutely blocked the $2,000 stimulus checks. Man, that is absolute bullshit. People are hurting. Again, and let me emphasize this. I am not getting a check. I'm not getting money. I don't want it. I'm not even going to try. I didn't the first time. I'm not going to this time. So when I speak about this, understand, I ain't got a dog in the fight. But there's a lot of Americans that are hurting right now. And, you know, while I'm not a big fan of government handing out money, man, what are people supposed to do? $600 doesn't even begin to help a little bit. It really doesn't. 2,000 isn't even that great of a Band-Aid, to be real honest. And, you know, I feel sorry for the folks that have already been living in a manner in which they don't know what the hell they're going to do. And there was a lot of people, I guarantee you, there were millions upon millions of people. I guarantee you there was over 100 million people in the United States of America that was banking on that $2,000 because they've got way more than that in debt that they're behind for just their monthly payments. Now, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not talking about their entire debt, their entire mortgage, their entire credit card debt, their entire car loan debt. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about their monthly debts, what they have to pay on those things per month. I guarantee you that over 100 million Americans needed that $2,000 just to catch up. Their monthly debt. Folks, that's not a lot of money. You know? Not a lot of money. A whole lot of places where that's 2 months' rent. Whole lot of places that's 2 months' rent. And how long has this been going on? So, I shudder to think of what it's going to be like in the near future for the average American. Now, who knows? They might come out with another round. That's my hope. I'm really, really hoping that real quick, like, And again, I ain't got a dog in this fight, but I've got compassion and I've got understanding. And I know there's a lot of people out there that aren't gimmies. There's a lot of people out there that ain't handout Harriets that are hurting. And it's of no fault of their own. That is where I see that they need help. This isn't their fault. If something's not somebody's fault, they shouldn't be punished for it. And there's a lot of good people, a lot of good, hard-working people that are in a really bad way right now. And they needed that. If there is any silver lining here, it's that Steve Mnuchin, the gentleman you see on the thumbnail, has said that the Treasury's already been sent the financial information that they need, and that the payments could start as early as tonight and go on through the next week. So if you're one of those out there that needed anything right now, anything, it's coming. Not a lot. For that, I'm sorry. But it's coming. So if it's enough for you to catch a breath, catch that breath. For those of you out there that are fortunate enough not to be in massive debt, please utilize that money towards something getting prepared. Please. You know? This card house has fallen. And when it comes down, it's not going to be pretty. So, that's the big thing in the news. You know, they are still traveling down the road with this Nashville bombing situation that you know, this gentleman acted alone. I do believe they're connecting or trying to connect some type of 5G ideology. Everything that I have seen so far, man, I don't see anything out of context. I'm not seeing. This seems like a classic nut job. Sometimes there are nut jobs. I mean, it happens. And I don't see anything. There's only one thing that I still have to question, and that's that, and it's only one thing, okay? So here's the thing. I've got mounting evidence here saying that this is just a case of a nut job, and I've only got one single thing that I remain to question, and that's that video that W7 had on his channel that clearly showed something that appeared to be streaking down towards the site of the explosion. But as usual, it's not video worth a damn. So there is that. You know, all this smoking evidence that we get, you know, it's always video that's really crap. No, nobody ever catches anything important in HD, right? And speaking of that, when the, you know, I don't know. I don't see anything. I don't see anything indicating at this point, false flag. I just do not. I don't see the government positioning in any way to put in a new act of some kind. I don't see anything anyway where they're benefiting by this event. So motive is everything. Motive is everything. And I'm, again, since I'm not seeing any moves being made by government to tighten down or anything like that, yeah. They aren't going to waste something like that and not benefit from it. Doesn't even make sense. So we'll see. Of course, information will be coming out for a long time, whether that's accurate or inaccurate. It will be coming out. I think sometimes we really look too far into some things, and then other times I think we're really right on, we're hovering right over the target and we still can't get anywhere. You know what I mean? Sometimes we got to find those. I can't remember where they're at. Got to be in your drawer, I would think. Got to wear them sometime. I just think this is a classic nut job. It really does kind of seem that way. It really does kind of seem that way. And man, I'll tell you what. If you talk to people that believe in some of the crazy conspiracy theories, because there's plenty of them out there, man, it's like a cult. Take Flat Earth, for example. They're like a cult. And the same is true with, the 5G cults. And again, I'm not going to say that 5G is all wonderful, healthy, and fine. But it's not a death ray. It's not even what people are trying to claim it is. They have no understanding of digital radio communications, and they're trying to make it something that it's not. 5G versus 4G, it's just a difference of packets. It's a different packet technology. It's not a death ray. Not a death ray. Imagine USB 2.0 going to USB 3.0. There you have it. It's the ability to transfer more data over that digital connection. That's it. Not some crazy reptilian space alien overlord death ray. Sorry. If you want to be concerned about something involving 5G, let it be the truth. And that is that it enables them to transfer so much data over a wireless broadband connection that they could literally start implementing fully autonomous robots. Now, if you want to be concerned about something, be concerned about the truth. Not some death ray crap that some dumbass made up in his mom's basement. Seriously. We've got enough to be worried about in this country than to be making shit up. We don't need to make shit up. There's enough reality to scare the holy hell out of most of us to begin with. Now, I'm used to it because I've been doing this for so long. And I don't mean the news. I mean digging this information, understanding this stuff. I'll never forget when I was sharing out the images of the initial helmet for the F-35 fighter jet. And people thought I was nuts. And I'm sitting there giving them the link to the website of the company that was designing the damn helmet that I got the pictures from to begin with, and they were still calling me a liar. All they had to do was click the link I provided. But I was the liar. Why? Because it makes them a little too uncomfortable. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was an amazing aircraft when it was initially released. Now, most of the stuff that it was initially released with ain't on it because they could never get it working right. But it had an incredible helmet system. Probably about half of the features of that helmet system are no longer there. One of the things is, though, that you can do with that helmet is when you got your helmet on, your visor down, your HUD display on, you can literally like hit a button in the cockpit and you can look around as if there's no airplane around you. Like you look down between your legs and you will see the ground. It's like there is no airplane around you. And it's the camera system that it's got on it. It's a fact. You can look it up. Initially, the F-35 was designed so that it would use thought control for the weapon systems. That is one of the platforms that was nixed. They couldn't quite, I guess, get it all squared away perfectly. So, not yet anyway. But that's a fact. You can go back and look at the original helmet design, and you can even see the big old coil things that sat on top of the forehead that was actually, I guess, reading your brainwaves initially. Watch this. F-35 helmet. And I'm sure that if I click images here, we'll get both the new ones, okay? This is the current F-35 helmet, okay? This is what they are wearing, okay? That is not the initial helmet. This is the initial, well, that's not the initial, but that is, I would assume, somewhere in between, I would think. The initial helmet, here it is. This is the initial F-35 helmet. Okay. That other one might have been the same one. I guess it was. Different angle. Sorry. Yeah, this is same helmet, different angle. However, they did change the helmet. Again, this is the helmet. You notice it no longer has those, I guess, temporal lobe sensors, if that would be correct. A temporal lobe sensor, I guess. It no longer has those. And because it's not needed, because they nixed that system in the aircraft. See, you know, I knew a little bit about this stuff. That was over a decade ago. And people called me a liar just because they didn't know about it. And I guess they were uncomfortable. Oh, I was on the wrong screen. Hang on. Time out. Time out. Let me show you this. I thought I was on the right screen. Jen wasn't yelling at me, so. Okay, sorry about that. This here, let me see if I can open this image up a little bigger. This here is the helmet that they are currently using for the F-35 fighter jet. And again, sorry, I was thinking you guys could see it. Now let me show you the original. So this was the original helmet, and this is why I was talking about the temporal lobe sensors, and that was for the weapons system, and that way you would be able to think, you know, and the computer system on board the aircraft would pick up on your thoughts and allow you to manipulate and operate the weapons systems by your mind. It's a fact. You can go research it. The information's out there. It's not hidden. It's not even top secret. Okay. I would imagine had the system made it into the final, I would imagine that it would have been top secret. And who knows? They may have something, and just using smaller sensors or something like that. How are we going to know? We're not F-35 pilots. But it's interesting stuff, and it was hilarious to sit there and watch all the people call me a liar and just so certain I didn't have any clue what I was talking about. And yet I gave them the link, literally, that they could have clicked that went to the company that made the helmet where they talked about it. Not top secret. Oh, man. Oh, man. We don't have History Channel per se, but we do have, I do have History Channel on Roku. I don't know if that would be on there or not. I could look it up. But I can typically find anything like that, movies, books, anything like that, if need be. I'll have to check it out. We don't watch TV, so for us to catch the average series or whatever like that would be pretty well slim to none. Let's see. I guess we could run through the normal stuff and get the headlines. I can get the hell out of here and finish doing what I'm going to do for tonight. Which I don't think I'm far off, but still some other things that got to get done. So, have a sip of tea, couple of vapes. Oh, wow. Wow. So, History Channel, America Destroyed. Why is it not popping up? Not seeing anything with that name. Is it 10 things you don't know about? America Unearthed? Let's see. America's Book of Secrets. Yeah, no, I'll have to dig a look around and see if I can find it. Let's see. All right. Oh, yeah, that was other good news, too, today. Speaking of Roku, I found my Roku, too. Been looking for that sucker ever since we got moved in here. And we've had to use our first Roku, our Roku 1, in the bedroom since we got moved in. And I can't even play YouTube on that. because YouTube is like no longer compatible with the Roku One, and so at least the Roku 2 will let me play YouTube and actual HD and yada yada. So anyway, found that today. Boy, I ran back there and got that puppy hooked up. Not that we watched, but I go to sleep with something on, usually some type of a documentary or something like that, usually something learning. And so that's just kind of a natural thing. Some people go to sleep with a fan on or whatever. And that's fine for me too, a fan, but there's got to be noise. And I've typically always used a television. And for the most part, I don't give a damn what's on. In fact, the more boring, the better, because I don't want to get real interested in it, because then I won't fall asleep. And there's times that happens. High Life After People. Let me throw that in. Life After People. Oh, there we go. There was a different name I was searching for just a moment ago. So apparently 2 seasons, 20 episodes. I don't know. I watched something like this, but it wasn't History Channel, I don't believe. I think it was Netflix. And it was something similar. Yeah, you gotta have an account with History Channel. Okay. Doesn't mean that it can't be found. It did. So, I'm sure it's out there. I'm on a different screen for a moment. And come on. Huh. I'll be. Ah. Aha. Amazon's got it too. Yep. Yeah. I'll have to check it out. I will have to check it out. I did find it. So, definitely have to check it out. Hang on a second. Okay. Yep. I just wanted to make sure I could find it, secure it, know where it's at, and, Okay. Let me hang on, let me save this. Sorry. That sounds really good. That's why I'm making sure I get it. I don't lose it. I don't forget it. Because if I didn't do that, I'd have forgotten all about it by the end of the show, and it would have never been a thought in my mind. So, why I had to get it to a certain stage so it wouldn't be forgotten. In other words, stick it right in front of my face so I see it. All right. Let's do some of this stuff here. Let's run to the normal stuff as usual. We'll get to the headlines. Amazon affiliate, we made it up to 4109. So it did go up a little bit. I do believe another item still needs to ship, I think. So it might go up a tad bit yet again. So thank you to those who participate in that. Thank you very much. For those that don't know, we're an Amazon affiliate. Essentially, we've got a link in the description of the videos as well as at thewatchmannews.com right here in the top right. When you click that link, it just takes you to Amazon with our special link. And when you buy things, Those items don't cost you anything more, but it gives us a commission. It throws a little bit our way for the sale. All those little bits add up at the end of the month, as you see, and it helps out. Literally, we had one of our heaters go bad, and I have to replace the heater. We bought, I got the Amazon affiliate money this morning, and we had to add a little bit to it. Not that $40, but a couple of months ago it got up to $40. That's what we got today. And so we had to add a little bit to it, but still, it helped us replace that heater that unexpectedly went bad. So a big help. Thank you. We also have a Teespring store. Best way to see what we have there is go to thewatchmannews.com. Right here, it's 4 different designs. There's more than just t-shirts. It's tote bags, coffee mugs, all kinds of stuff. So if you see a design you like, click on the image. That'll take you over to Teespring, and that's another way to help support the show. We also have, I don't know what that, have to see what's up there. Hang on here. That's weird. Okay, I'll check that out in just a moment. Got a weird notification. I don't know what's going on. I'll check it out in just a moment, though. Let's see. Lastly, yeah, Teespring, sorry. Lastly, we have a PayPal donate link. That's in the description of the videos, as well as at thewatchmannews.com right there. When you click that, it just takes you to our PayPal donation page. You don't have to have a PayPal account. You can do so as a guest with a debit or a credit card. But I always let people know it says Transforming Disabilities up top, but it also says Purpose, the Watchman News donation. That way you know you're in the right place. Okay, real quick, let me check my phone and see what the heck that was about. Oh. Okay, it was a notification from KMOV News. That's why I didn't recognize the notification. There was a Christmas Day homicide, and I guess they were involved in a standoff with the suspect earlier, and I guess the suspect has been found dead. So that just made a really weird noise when it did that. So. All right. COVID. Fatal cases last 24 at this point in time. They're saying 3,511. Of course, you know that number's not final for the day. It'll go up. It'll go back down. It'll go wherever. And we'll see whatever the heck they say it is tomorrow. New cases for yesterday, they are saying 161,248 fatal cases as far as yesterday. They're showing a rise to 1,509. Obviously, today they're showing a substantial amount more at this time. What that number is going to be tomorrow, it could be 2. We don't know. I mean, sometimes I wonder if they just like put a bunch of numbers in a hat and just try to grab out like 4 numbers and throw them out there, and there you go. That's the COVID cases, because it makes no sense. I've been watching this for far too long to know that it just doesn't add up. Here locally, we're showing 1,480 cases. I don't know where that is up from yesterday. You would have to watch yesterday's show to see. Still not writing them down. Still don't know if I ever will. All right. It's not that I don't care. I just kind of don't see the point. Don't see the point. All right. Let's do some headlines. All right, starting out with one from last night. Interviews with over 400 officials and 5,000 pages of documents. Pentagon pushes back against Biden's claim that it obstructs transition. Let's see. When the city falls asleep, the drones wake up. New FAA's drone rules allow commercial operators to fly at night. That's something I forgot to bring up yesterday during the news, was that remote ID has not, it's not, all the details aren't worked out, but it's, been somewhat finalized, if you want to say that. The new rules have been put into place, essentially. And this is just one part of those rules. But yeah, the remote ID thing has been put in. There's a lot of details that have to be ironed out. There's nothing really in stone on the who, where, and what's. The only thing that's in stone is that it has to happen. So all the details have to be ironed out yet. We'll see. That's all that we can do is we'll see. Over in the Facebook pages on the pages for DJI and stuff like that, people are losing their damn minds. They're making shit up. It's ridiculous. It really is. It's crazy. It's crazy. But if you're a drone pilot, relax. This ain't happening tomorrow. And they've got a lot of details to work out. So, relax. Child labor and palm oil industry tied to Girl Scout cookies. Yes, I saw that and I'm like, ooh, okay. Let's see. Britain must ramp up vaccine distribution by 10 times and retain national lockdown to avoid major COVID spike, a new study warns. Yeah, and you get what they're saying, though, right? Argentina's leader says trade war unleashed against Sputnik 5 as country starts immunization campaign with Russian vaccine. Oops. Oh, it's going to jump up and down again. Sales of Russian grain surged despite strict export limits due to pandemic crisis. India could prove to be South Asia's most resilient economy over long term, says the UN. Iran launches human trials for domestically developed COVID-19 vaccine. UK needs tougher COVID-19 measures to avoid a catastrophic start to 2021 as new virus strain is rampant, says a government advisor. Australia's economy may never return to previous growth due to trade row with China, says a report. Russia reveals it has the world's third highest overall COVID-19 deaths after US and Brazil, per capita numbers similar to the rest of Europe. Sydney on high alert following new coronavirus cases despite downward trend in infections. Oil demand won't fully recover until 2022, says IHS Markit. Netherlands suffers biggest death rate increase since World War II amid COVID pandemic. Oops. Then they're pushing the button on my e-cig again. Must be telling me something. I need a vape. Okay. I will vape you. Oh. I'll tell you what. I used to miss cigarettes. I really did. I missed the flavor. I missed the entire experience. But I tell you what, I think I would miss vaping way more. I really do. I really do. Because it's really enjoyable. And you're still getting your nicotine fix, or at least I am. I still use nicotine. I'm still getting my nicotine fix. But man, you get some good flavors going, and it's like vaping heaven. It really is. It's awesome. It's kind of like candy. Kind of like having candy. So, and you get your nicotine. Works for me. And And the whole reason I got into vaping in the first place, since I'm talking about vaping, I better say this. The whole reason I got into vaping to begin with was because of prepping. Prepping. Because let me tell you what, I can put 2 years of vaping supplies in a shoebox. How big of a room would you need to put 2 years worth of cigarettes? And them bad boys are going to go awful stale in that time too. So there's that. Oh, man. Yes, I'm enjoying a vape. Been a long day. Okay. Continuing on. EU chief Brexit negotiator Barnier wants to serve France in next role and describes himself as a patriot. Spain to keep lists of people who refuse COVID-19 vaccination and share data with European partners, says the health minister. Let me read that again. And you pick it apart slowly. Spain, the country, is going to keep a list of people who refuse the COVID-19 vaccine, and they're going to share that data with their European partners. I'm telling you, what is happening is a global takeover. That's why I had been so insistent that people not put all their stock into this deal with the election. Because what is truly happening is not national. It is global. And the global government gives no damn about your election. They really, truly don't. What's coming was coming either way. Trump was ushering it in just as hard as what Biden will. Whose idea was the vaccine? Who's taking all the credit for the vaccine? I rest my case. Child reported killed as powerful magnitude 6.3 earthquake shakes Croatia. U.S. dollar hegemony will end very quickly, and people won't have the time to get out, bankers tell RT's Kaiser report. I know it's kind of like an opinionish piece, but it's important. Because when these bankers talk like this, you need to pay attention. You need to pay attention. When you need to be wary is when they're telling you to spend money. That's when you need to be concerned with whether or not they're trying to screw you over. They're not telling you here to spend money. They're telling you that if you have spent money, you might want to get it out, and that right now is not a good time to spend money. Quite a different message. They don't benefit really so much from this message. A judge blocks suspension of votes in Georgia counties, impartiality questioned over blood relation to top Democrat politician. Russia ready to fight off Western attempts to seize its assets in $50 billion battle with oligarchs over collapsed Yukos oil empire. Gaza militant groups fire rockets into sea as message to Israel during first joint exercise. New Hampshire man wanted for allegedly hitting hotel worker in the face with a glass vase after she asked him to put on a mask. Slovenia shuts nuclear power plant as precaution after 2 earthquakes strike neighboring Croatia. This reminds me, back in the day. Yes, there's always a back in the day. Back in the day, I went to visit my sister. And I was a young man. And I was a very crazy, wild young man. And my sister liked to party, as did I. And you could bet, if I went to go visit my sister, it was a party. And again, many moons ago, one night of that bullshit would kill me today. I'm telling you that. One night of that would kill me today. Anyway, so we go into a bar. And I'm not a drinker. I don't normally go into bars or anything like that. But I'm with my sister. And so we go into a bar. Having a beer. And somebody decided to start shit. Ain't nothing but a thing. All I know is I turned my head just at the exact moment that my sister smashed, this dude was huge. Smashed him in the side of the head with a beer mug. Broke the beer mug on the side of the dude's head. I am not exaggerating. Not for a second. And it was on. It was a bar brawl. And the most hilarious take of that night is that I've got some dude and I'm throwing him up against this big old plate window, right? I guess I thought, I had to do one of the scenes of the movies, right? And I keep shoving this guy into this window, and he keeps bouncing back. I bet I shoved him 4 or 5 times. And the bar owner walks up behind me, and he goes, "It's plexiglass for a reason." So anyway, yeah, a little old glimpse of my history. That was a fun night. All right, Slovenia shuts nuclear power plant as precaution after 2 earthquakes strike neighboring Croatia. A European approval of AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine unlikely until February as UK gears up for the rollout. Current coronavirus pandemic, very severe, but not necessarily the big one, says the WHO. Nicolas Maduro claims Colombia planning new mercenary attacks on Venezuela at the end of this year on the first days of 2021. Turkey may produce Russia's pioneering Sputnik V vaccine domestically, foreign minister says. Emergency Nightingale hospitals remain ready, UK government insists, as COVID-19 surge puts NHS under heavy strain. Herd immunity not Spain's goal, PM says, while warning of third COVID wave. Troubled Boeing 737 MAX returns to U.S. skies after 2 deadly crashes. A lot of countries that still won't let it fly. Putin's secret plan to unleash deadly Ebola supervirus on the West exclusively leaked to conspiracy-loving UK media. I had to share that headline. He came to Washington to drain the swamp, and the swamp won. RT's Boom Bust asked why Trump caved on the stimulus bill. Another opinion piece, but I thought it was good. I you know, uh, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't thing, you know? No, I personally, but I'm not in the same boat as many Americans, and please understand that. My dogs, I've got different dogs in different fights, okay? Um, Personally, I wished he wouldn't have signed it. I personally wished he wouldn't have signed it. I knew the American people were going to be the ones getting screwed. And that is indeed what happened. Trump unseats Obama as U.S. most admired man, and Michelle Obama earns most admired woman. EU. Argentina launches COVID-19 immunization campaign using Russia's Sputnik V vaccine. Boeing 737 MAX resumes passenger flights in U.S. with takeoff from Miami. Stay at home, Sturgeon calls on Scots to ditch NYE parties in COVID-19 plea as cases hit record high. That was easy. Kamala Harris, the latest official to get COVID-19 vaccine in the front of cameras. Or in front of cameras. COVID-denying Russian monk who insists Putin has been replaced by the Antichrist in a rubber mask is detained over child suicide claims. We're just getting started. British government trumpets signing of Turkey trade deal days before the UK leaves EU single market. Extreme concern. UK reports record 53,000 COVID-19 cases as experts warn of dangerous new phase in the pandemic. A repairman who procured Hunter Biden's laptop sues Twitter for defamation and claims company labeling him a hacker has ruined his business. Russia's FSB dismantles international drug smuggling ring, seizes $13.6 million worth of drugs in joint operation with the U.S. Even your cocaine is not safe between the Russians and Americans. BuzzFeed and its puppeteers ramp up anti-China propaganda as supposedly soft on Beijing Biden awaits inauguration. CNN journalists remove masks and admit they won't cover Biden as feverishly as Trump because nonstop national emergency is over. Oh, really? Really? Man, if they play this out, is there going to be a CNN left? Russian opposition figure Navalny to face new criminal case. Well, actually, there's no CNN now. What am I talking about? Let me repeat that. Russian opposition figure Navalny to face new criminal case over alleged use of anti-corruption donations for personal gain. Woke rubbish. Hundreds complained to the UK media watchdog over Channel 4's deepfake Queen on Christmas Day. Health officials ask Hollywood to halt essential productions amid spike in COVID-19 cases. No TV show for you. Trump slams weak and tired GOP leaders for having a death wish in blocking the $2,000 stimulus. By the time that goes back up for vote, most people aren't even going to be thinking about that if we have another vote. Colorado reports first confirmed U.S. case of Britain's fast-spreading COVID-19 strain that sparked travel bans and lockdown. So it's here. The British strain, the UK strain that they've been talking about a lot, it's here. U.S. greenlights sale of 3,000 bombs worth $290 million to Saudi Arabia and flurry of other Middle East arms deals. Stimulus payments could be in bank accounts as early as tonight, Treasury Secretary Mnuchin says. Venezuela signs deal with Russia to purchase 10 million Sputnik V vaccines of free distribution. Do you see a number 1 up there? 1 killed, 3 soldiers injured in an alleged Israeli rocket strike in Damascus countryside. That would be the headlines. There you have it. That would be all of them. Anyway, I am going to get out of here so I can finish up what I need to do. And, I'm ready for bed. So I hope everybody has a good evening. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow. I thank you for coming. We hope to see you again tomorrow. As always, God bless you. We love you. And be one with your spirit.